I'm Chip Devanji. I am your instructor for Math 151 this quarter here at Wacom. And I'm looking forward to working with you all. You've obviously logged into WAMAP already. We do use WAMAP for this. I really think WAMAP has great functionality. I know that the visual display isn't the great. It looks like graphically it looks pretty old, but it's pretty powerful for us to use. It's a good tool. That's why we use it. So you're here. So you've already looked under week one. You've already dug into day one tasks. You know, you're looking at this video and that sort of thing. And so let's go ahead. I just want to give you a little introduction to WAMAP, talk about some expectations for the course, and repeatedly encourage you to contact me with questions. I'm here to help you get through this class. So right now I have what in student view, this is what it should look like for you. So there's announcements in here. You've already started to dig in on some of this stuff. Week one and week two are already visible. If I look at my screen, you can see that I have the whole course laid out already. Things are set and ready for you to go. And I'll release these weeks about 2 weeks before the due date, so you can always work ahead on stuff. So let's take a peek at some of this stuff. Here's a forum questions for the class. If you end up with a question, you can either message me with it. I'll talk about messaging in a little bit. Or you can just post it here too. Anybody can answer anyone's questions, which is great. Access to our open source textbook, so you don't have to buy a book. And then a couple other things. We have syllabus and calendar. I'm going to focus on this course calendar. It is printable. Oh my gosh, it's printable. If I open this up, you will see everything is laid out. This whole course is laid out for you. So here's the way that this works. Things that are italicized are due. So like here's a forum that's due. Here's a practice quiz that's due. Here's a time quiz that's due. I could overemphasize that. Things that are just like 2.5, 2.3, that's a section that you should watch the lecture on and then do the practice problems on as well. So stuff to get done. Exams are on here as well. Here's exam one and exam two and the final. Again, everything is laid out on here, section 4.5. This is not a self-paced course. There are due dates. I have a real good recommendation that you do a little bit every day, 2.3 this day, 2.5 this day, 2.4 that day, etc. And the practice problems. Trying to cram all the lectures in on one day a week, it's going to be difficult for you for retention and for understanding. The concepts build. Take your time with it. This is math is kind of like a good poem. You know, you can just let it come out at you slowly and let it sit for a while. All right. Oh, this is printable. You should print this right now. So pause this video right now. I won't say anything important while you pause it and print it right now. And then you never miss a deadline. You don't have any embarrassing things like that. So go ahead, pause it and print it. Come on, do it. Come on, pause it and print it right now. Do it. Okay, well, you had your chance. Here's the syllabus as well. And syllabus, you can take a look at it. Oh my gosh, that's not the syllabus. I will get that syllabus posted. Okay, where were we? Yes, that's the syllabus right there. Let's see. That is the syllabus. It's posted. All right, so lots of information on here. You can take a look at it as you get a chance. A couple things I want to point out. I've already talked about how this is not a self-paced course. Here's how, the percentages will get shoved into letters on your report card. A couple of important things to note. This class ends on the final. The final is it's final. So all work has to be submitted by 11:59 the day before the final. Late passes won't work after that. If you were putting some stuff off, get it done before the final because the final is the cutoff for the course. You get 6 late passes. They basically let you extend a due date, and they only work on practice or time quizzes. They cannot be used on forums, exams, or the final. So if you have some problem with forums, exams, or the final, contact me and we can talk. If you are going to miss an exam, contact me beforehand if at all possible. For example, I know that people have work schedules, that sort of thing. We can always schedule another day for you to do it, but you do it before the test. If you come at me after the test and are like, oh, I just forgot, that's not going to really work. Here's how categories work for grading, that sort of thing. The homework, I'll show you that in a minute. That's just problems to try out of the book. It's not graded, but we do have practice quizzes and time quizzes, which are basically those types of problems showing that you know how to do them. Practice quizzes, they're not timed. You can work on them as long as they're available. You get 4 tries on every question on them. I think that's super fair. And so start early on those, use your time. And then at the end of the week, there'll be a timed quiz. You have 2 hours to take these. You will not need the 2 hours if you know the material. And you just get them done and turn them in. Submit them by the time they're due, 11:59 the day of. Forums, I'll post a question. You need to answer it and then reply to another person's answer as well. Give a substantial reply. A couple of other points. Round to 3 decimal places. Whenever you're in doubt, just do it. That's just good practice. And this is important. If you ever feel like you've been shortchanged on a question, there's an autograder. And I don't let the autograder have the final say. After everything's done, I go in and double check, after the due date, I go in and double check it. If it looks like just a typo or something like that, I'll consider that. The autograder isn't great, so I eyeball it and hand grade things as well. But if you ever feel like, I swear this was right, there's something wrong, let me know. Forums get a little wacky too. Sometimes you don't get points for your responses if you've already responded to your own forum. So feel free to contact me about anything like that. Again, I try to catch it. We are in WAMAP. Yes, we know. All right. So there's some stuff in resources. Again, textbook, syllabus, course calendar, which you already printed, so you're ahead of the game there. Also, typing math symbols in WAMAP. This is one of the things I love about WAMAP. This is how you go about typing them in. Take a look at this when you get a chance, and let me demonstrate. So if I was going to send a message to someone, send new message, I could choose the person. It's my subject, blah blah blah. But what's great is right here, this part right here, if I click on here, I get this little like 1 quotation mark. And you can do this by typing too. You can get into this menu. But if I wanted to type something like 3x squared divided by, I don't know, 4y minus the square root, say minus square root of the natural log of 3 or something like that. And then I'll arrow out of there. It formats it like this. This is fantastic. It really gives us a good opportunity to communicate with each other math. You can insert pictures into here as well and send pictures of work and that sort of thing. So it's a really useful tool for us all to have with the messages. Now we can do it in forums as well, and just allows us to communicate with each other really well. So you'll see this is your view right here. I've been flipping back and forth between instructor and student view. You can see I have the whole course laid out. I already said that. But here you're in week 1, 2.1. There's a lecture. Notice there's the lecture right there. Watch the lecture. And then in the book, give those problems a try. If you're not sure what to do on them, or you think you're right, you check the answer, it was wrong, message me. Post it in the forum, in that questions for the class forum, and go. Also inside every week, here's the quizzes and forums that are due that week. So week 1 forum, practice quiz 0. If I look ahead to week 2, you can see we have some lectures, right? There's the lecture, that sort of thing. Also, if you look in quizzes and forums, we have the forum for that week. We also have practice quiz 1 and time quiz 1. It says when they're due, and they need to be done by that date. And that's every week is going to look like that. mostly for a week. You're going to have some lectures, close that up just so you can see the structure, and some quizzes. And sometimes quizzes and forums, almost always quizzes and forums. As the exams come up, they'll pop inside between the weeks in here. So if we look at like exam one, there's a practice assessment that you can use to study with. That'll be due a little, not due, it's not corrected. That'll be available a little bit before the test, and then the actual assessment as well. I'm going to check my notes real quick. Oh yeah, there's a printable calendar in resources. You should print that out so you don't miss any deadlines. Hey, my job is to help you get through this course. My job is to make sure that you have the opportunity to learn the content and you leave this course ready for whatever you want it to make you ready for. So please, please, please message me with questions, post them in the forum. Sometimes when people send me a question, I'll make a quick video and post it in the forums too for folks to look at. I really, really like this work because I get to help people. So please ask me any questions that you have. Let's get you through this course. Stay on top of stuff. If you feel like you're struggling, contact me as soon as possible, please. Other than that, I'm looking forward to working with y'all.